Hey, what's up, guys? Just doing a quick video here on the jump function because I was kind of interested to see if I could do it myself. I'm still fairly new to Java. I have a little bit of programming experience through like C, action scripting through Flash, a little bit of .NET and some other web-based programming languages, but I'm still fairly new to Java. I pick up on it pretty easy though because it's a good language and it's kind of similar to some of the other ones I've used. So basically that's why I'm doing this video, is just to learn and then maybe help you guys out, and then also see if you come up with something better. Like I said, we still got a little bit of a wait for the next video, so hopefully this will kill time. And you know, on topic there, big thanks to the Cherno for the videos. These tutorials are great, man. I'm just really, it's kind of like playing a game in itself, making a game. So also wanted to give props to, I think your name's Chillcraft, but I really liked your FPS idea, so I implemented that, as you can see here. Created your variable. Yeah, then I came down here, and then to make it easier to see, because back then when I was on that part of the tutorial, the screen was still black, so I gave it a font. I figured out how to give it a font name, font color, you know, bold, font size. So anyway, and then the next string was this. This was suggested by you on how to display it. And then here you can see when I actually run the program, you're gonna see I got my mouse coordinates X and Y's configured because I really don't like the console. I might just need to find a better place, like right here, like put it in with the Package Explorer or something. But yeah, so anyway, purpose of this video is I'm just making a quick thing, my best attempt at a jump function. And I'm not even sure how the 3D space works, to be honest. Like, how are we gonna do invisible walls? How are we gonna texture? So I can't wait until the video comes out. I know the dude's got school, but you know, hurry up and finish that shit. So all right, man. Well, let me get to the, you know, the whole spiel here. Let me go ahead and do this first. Well, okay, I'll start with this. This is the very most important thing. You know, you have to have a way to input so that the game can recognize your jump. So I just gave it a variable name of jump, boolean variable of jump. I obviously just changed this to space because that's the key we're pressing. So what happens is that points, you know, once you in the game and you press space, it points to here. I created an if statement after if right, and right above if turn left. Now you can see I'm calling this variable name that was set up in the game right here. So I'm checking that, and then also I'm not sure if I actually need the controller in front of this variable, but you know, deal with it, I guess. So you probably don't need that, but okay. So these are two separate variables. Don't confuse that with this jump. This is jump H, and this is jump H2. So what I'm doing here is this represents our old floor position, and the other one represents our old ceiling position. And so one's getting added and one's getting subtracted. And to be completely honest, I'm not sure which actual axis this is moving the textures, or not the textures, but the 3D space down. I'm guessing the x-axis, because it did what I wanted it to do. This obviously just a way to test before I got this worked out. And then yeah, the next thing you're wondering is, where do these variables get defined? That's actually right up here. So what I did was made two public static double variables: jump H, old floor position; jump H2, old ceiling position. Then I went to where the ceiling was being rendered in the floor, and I X these out. See that? I just commented them out. You can delete them if you want. So okay, so now we're getting rid of the old variables, but we're going to keep the same value. So if you see, I'm still leaving it at 8 because I like that for testing anyway. So we got the variables defined and got rid of our old variables, and then so the next step is, okay, if you go through the process, you can see boolean jump, bam, space key. Okay, what's gonna happen then? It's we need to check for that, so we check for it. This comes down to here. That's what actually lowers it, changes the rendering basically. So we know we need to go down to here. We go to the rendering, and that's basically our next step. If you look right here, you can see I'm actually using that. I'm pretty sure I actually have to call the class here since we're outside of it. So anyway, but I did make it a public, so maybe not. So controller.jumph, that's the old floor position. And in case you're wanting to try this out yourself and kind of play around with my changes, but this was the old ceiling position, so those are the only two things changed there. And then let me go back to that thing down here. I have no idea what this does, to be honest. I kind of have an idea, but if you know, I would love to hear. So I just added this just for, you know, shits and grins. So, you know, the next step is okay, well, we know that once we press the space key, it's going to make us jump. So now, let's see. The next step is, okay, after I press jump, I had to figure out a way to make you get back down to the floor, basically, unless you're flying. So my initial idea, and this might be what you guys were kind of thinking, was I was like, well, what about if I just put it under here? Well, it didn't work, so you know, I didn't have too much luck with that. So I was like, okay, well, I'll just use a timer function. I don't know how to do timers yet in Java, so you know, I was like, okay, well, what loops are running continuously? So I put them here, and what that does is it just resets the variable to 8. So this is normally, you know, plus, since this is the floor, it's +1, and since this is the ceiling, it's you know, when you press the space key, it's minus. That's pretty much it. That's all the code, I believe. You know, also one last thing for your imports, make sure you do your imports. You know, it's starting to be quite a big list up here, but you know, that's a good thing about Eclipse. It'll tell you what you need to do if you hover over it, and it'll tell you you need to import stuff. So I believe that's all the code. If I forgot something, I'm just scrolling through it a little bit slowly so that you can see all the code. And then also, if you're too lazy to go to the site that he has, this might help you a bit. So there you go. That's all the code. Oh, by the way, in case you're, you know, like I said, it's best, there's no problem, I don't think, with, you know, playing around with your code while we wait for the next video, which, by the way, I can't wait for, so I hope that comes out soon. But there's no problem playing around with it. And so this right here, I found out that I might be able to make to fix the mouse issues. So that's why that's there. It's not even used yet. So there we go. That's all the source code. I believe I gave you time to look through it all. So the next step is I just want to go ahead and run it. And then, like I said, I do have some questions that maybe you can help me out with, because I'm pretty much a noob. So I'm gonna go ahead and run this. Oh, by the way, you might notice that my my textures colors look a little bit different. I'll show you, if you like this, I'll show you what I did. It's easier on the eyes, but you know, I'm pretty sure it screws a lot of stuff up, so just make sure you switch it back once the new video comes out, once he releases the new video. So the first thing I wanted to get to was, if you notice, I ran the application and my mouse scroll works right from the get-go, but my WASD keys, okay, what the heck, maybe I already clicked on it. Okay, yeah, see, my WASD keys don't work until I actually click inside of this window. I have to click, I can't even click here, I have to click here to get focus. So that's one of the things I need to learn. How do you set focus so the keys work instantly as soon as you start the application? So if anyone knows, please hook me up with that, because I'd like to know. So anyway, the next thing is mouse scrolling. If you notice, it's kind of finicky. Like, if you go slow, it works fairly well, but if you kind of do that fast, it throws it off, even though the X variable is still getting updated. See, right there, it never fails to update the X variable, but the rotation doesn't kick in sometimes. So I'm kind of curious. I don't have any errors to go by, so if you have any ideas, let me know. The other thing is, you know, I'm still hoping that he'll go over, finish the mouse controls next video. Excuse me. It's real early in the morning here, so I'm still kind of tired, but I'm just killing time. So, okay, yeah, so anyway, the purpose of this video was jump. So if you notice, I hit space, and it kind of looks like I'm jumping. That's the best I could come up with. I'm not even sure if that's really jumping in 3D space, because it's kind of just really re-rendering the screen for a quick second. And also, if you're familiar with Counter-Strike, I'm bunny hopping here. So just by holding down the space, and then let me kind of give it a second in between each jump in case there's lag on this video recorder. Okay. Well, yeah, sorry to talk your ear off there, but you know, like I said, I'm really having a blast with these tutorials, and I know some of you guys are a lot better at this stuff than I am, and with Java, I really didn't want to get into hacking the source code, kind of like what the Cherno said at the beginning of his tutorials, because I've noticed that if you hack the source code, you spend a lot of time just playing around with the stuff and not really letting the concept sink in. So you know, that's why I'm really trying to learn it as I go, instead of just hacking source code to the type of application or game I want to make. So that's my video. You know, any input, you know, that you have that might be helpful, I definitely appreciate, and I hope this helped you a little bit. And just to reiterate what I did to get that screen, I just basically changed the OR value in the render. So what I did was I just changed this. As you can see, I added an OR, and I believe it's supposed to be a shift. Let me save that and then run it. Yeah, see, I think that's the way. Yeah, see, that's the way that your view probably looks. So, and you can see the blue lines here kind of look like they divide it on the y-axis, you see. So that's why I'm pretty sure my way is easier on the eyes, but it's gonna mess up the code. Alright, well, appreciate you listening. Peace.